Major Wall Street scandal uncovered over 65,000 American families have been defrauded in a massive scheme involving MMAT and MMTLP. The SEC and FINRA have enabled Wall Street to exploit ordinary investors, and the people want a congressional investigation now. The SEC is also suing Virtu Financial for stock market manipulation and front-running retail trades. Following this up, Virtu filed a motion to dismiss the case, yet the judge replied the defendants allowed nearly unrestricted access to material non-public information but misled customers, and the judge denied the motion for dismissal. Moving on, Renaissance Technologies LLC has increased ownership in AMC Entertainment by 18.22% since its last filing. August 9th, they disclosed 10,285,826 shares, valued over $52 million. This move suggests potential strategic interest or confidence in AMC's future performance. Before we get into the charts, AMC's short interest took a notable drop down from 17.4% to 15.03% to start the week according to Ortex. Now we do pay attention to this only for the trend, and the trend only because we assume short interest is much greater than that, and we also assume we own the float time and time over. With on-balance volume at all-time highs, RSI at relatively decent levels, AMC has been compressing for quite some time now, everything lining up for that run-up that we had in June, basically to play out the exact same way. AMC is also playing out in a little bit of a flag formation, and we're still fighting this $5 level. As of right now, nothing is happening with AMC and or GameStop. Volume-wise, there are some conspiracies as to what we should see over the next week or two, and just because we're having a quiet, calm day, don't think anything of it, as these stocks could break out at any given moment. Now, based on where AMC is trading, watch for it to bounce between $5.10 and $4.95 until essentially getting a breakout higher. First level being $5.40, then of course $5.95. Also, AMC on the Bollinger Bands has been compressing. You can see right here on the 4-hour time frame, which after a long time in this phase, you will see an expansion phase where you see a large move in the chart, whether it's up and or down, and we are expecting it to be up, especially how low to the all-time low we actually are sitting. AMC's all-time low sitting around $2.42, which is insane because that's actually around 24 cents. Now, GameStop 21.53. This is something that we are expecting coming into earnings. Really, not much to say here. It's only down 1.82%. When these people know that you're expecting a move, expect to not have a move at the exact point that you expected it to have. So we are still potentially going to see a move this week for GameStop, but earnings isn't until September 4th on GameStop. So we have quite a bit of time. We actually have a few weeks. I actually do think AMC is going to move prior to GameStop's earnings, and it's going to lead the way. So we are going to be taking a watch on AMC first to have this move straight up. Next move being around 325%. Bringing us to around $21.50, and depending on where we go from there, potentially getting a flag break, GameStop's next move bringing us to $48, around that range. Okay, that is what we are watching. GameStop also at the mid zone on the RSI, trading right around the 50, making higher highs and higher lows technically on the chart since the beginning of August. Bollinger Bands have been compressing, same thing. Everything is looking pretty good for a spring load to push us to the upside, and that is what we're watching right now. Also, don't forget about Chwy, ticker symbol CHWY. Yes, dog days of summer are over, according to Roaring Kitty. According to some conspiracy theories out there, we touched on a video yesterday that is exciting, and everything still holds up. Just because we're having a quiet day with low volume doesn't change a thing. You got to keep in mind the SPY is also sideways, and there's a lot of uncertainty, which we're going to cover in 1 second. Chwy is fighting this resistance level at $24. If we get a break above, you're coming up to $25.09, which is that next fib level. And if you close above $25.10, watch Chwy have a move all the way up to $31.40. But Chwy could potentially be over, as maybe Roaring Kitty and Ryan Cohen are selling their bags on this pretty soon. You also have sort of a rising wedge forming on Chwy. You can see right now, I'll draw it out for you, which is likely to snap to the downside. And this could potentially be from a catalyst, which could be Roaring Kitty and Ryan Cohen selling their bags of Chwy. So just be careful for Chwy, right? As soon as we go under $22.95 and close under that, it's likely to be game over for Chwy. Also, keep a side eye on cost. Take a look at this right now. This is how the setup is looking on cost. If we brought in the drawings right here, you can see that we are getting near the oversold territory, in my opinion, anywhere under $5.80. I would love to grab up some costs, but if you take a look at the previous move before January 2021, February 2021, This is what costed 155% run after this double leg up, right? Retraced about 45% and then had a massive move of about 4,300%, which would be life-changing money. Not saying the same thing is going to happen, but same thing, double leg up. This was 196%, 382%, and declined 64%. So the magnitude of each and every move is actually higher, meaning costs could technically get more, right, hypothetically, than a 4,000% gain. Theoretically, okay? Just something to bring up, but I think COS is going to have another move as soon as our other stocks have moved. So keep this one on your radar as well as BlackBerry and other stocks like that. Now, the overall market, before we get into the S&P 500, I want to tell you really quick, thank you guys so much for all of you who hit the like button on a daily basis. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. SPY trading at 532.69, basically flat on the day, down 0.05%. You can see right now it is breaking out of this channel on the 4-hour time frame. It has to hold this zone at 532.20. If we don't and we collapse from this zone, you're coming down to 528.60. Okay, watch that level at 528.60 for the SPY. This could be acting as the neckline for the SPY. However, my top is at 543 as the neckline for the SPY, and we have been lining up that large trade. Now, there are uncertainties with the overall market. First of all, war. Iran could attack Israel in less than 24 hours. So people are just sitting here waiting. Are they going to attack? Is this a nothing burger? Is this a bluff? Or is this, something where they're trying to make a treaty and they're kind of just intimidating them? Overall, war is not good for the overall market. And United States deploys nuclear-powered USS Georgia submarine to the Middle East as well. Moving on, NVIDIA came up to our level at 111, which is the neckline for NVIDIA. I'm just saying neckline. There's not a head and shoulders pattern. I'm just saying neckline because based on the previous corrections on the SPY, that's just what I like to call it. So bear with me here. Resistance at 111, structural resistance. If NVIDIA can't break over, which is what we're seeing right now, this is it for NVIDIA. It's going to come lower. But remember, insiders are still buying. If that is the case, NVIDIA can't break lower, SPY is likely to just build this structural resistance at 536 like it's doing right now and just come lower from here, and this could be our entry into puts, but there is no confirmation yet and it's very risky. But you could set a close stop and then take re-entry later on. Nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Apple 217.37 has been ripping heads off, but volume is fading on this climb and it's getting rejected at the top of this channel right around 220. Apple could fall much further, coming back to test 196.70 and potentially break lower to collapse all the way down to about 180. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Last but not least, Marathon Digital Holdings to raise $250 million to buy more Bitcoin, leading us into crypto. Before we add a couple of things, Bitcoin is still failing to recapture levels, and as of right now, it is looking weak, which is signals for the overall market as well. Donald Trump suing the Department of Justice for $100 million. And lastly, here are the earnings for tonight after the market closes in case you guys want to play any of these. Overall, that is what I got for you for today's video. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe because we are less than 1,100 subscribers away from 30,000. And at 30,000, I'm dropping some special merch for you guys. Make sure to get us there if you're not subscribed already. Any link under these videos, the third link is going to be Discord. Come join me. It's a big group chat with the most amazing people who talk stocks and crypto all day long and who want to become financially free like yourselves. There is no bad questions. I don't care if you just started or I don't care if you've been trading for 10 years. Get in here. Best vibes. We have options trading alerts. We post our gains, post our losses, and I post my trades as soon as I take them. And it's just a coffee a month. So get in. The second link under the video is for Moomoo, where you can get up to 20 free stocks and earn 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Get level 2 order book data so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares of any given stock, all for free. Shorting as a retail trader, trading options, viewing other exchanges, a customized earnings calendar, and just a ton of tools that you can't access on other brokers/platforms. So again, use the second link, open a Moomoo account, and deposit into there to earn all of this. Last but not least, the top link under the video, guys, it's for my custom indicator, pattern detection, and forecasting. If you're having trouble charting or you just need that powerful tool, get the indicator. It is the top link. You get a 2-week free trial. If you don't want it after that, get rid of it. I'm telling you, go try it out. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.